Alright, so reviewing consumer, I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I made one, really. I'm in my truck today. Some issue that I was having, I would get in my truck sometimes and it would not smell very well. And I typically keep my truck very clean. It's not like food or anything in here, but it just kept being this moldy smell, and I could never figure out what it was. And so eventually I happened to be near the back seat, and I checked the back seat and it was wet. I'm like, why is it wet? And it was near the driver door on this side in the back and the passenger door on that side. And so I got a carpet cleaner. I cleaned it all, got it dry, put some fans in here. I got it completely dry, and then I said, okay, well, I'm good now. Took the foam mats out, did a ton of work, and it was still really it got wet again and it stunk again, didn't smell good. And so then I started thinking, maybe it's the door jambs, maybe I left a window down, all those things. I never figured it out. And then I started noticing my brake light was foggy, and it had just a ton of just moisture in it. All the bulbs were out, the backup, the cargo, the brake lights, the actual red bulbs, they were all out. So anyway, I did some research, or pulled it out. I did some research first of what usually causes it, and those people came to the same thing. It was the brake light. So what I did was I ordered another brake light. You can order the gasket for these brake lights for like 18 bucks, and I also needed the bulbs. So, all said and done, I said, I can probably just get another light. Vast amount of options on Amazon. There's any kind you want. I ended up going with this LED. The brand of it is actually, what is the brand? It's I don't know, Moforkit. But anyway, this is what it looks like. And the reason that I went with this is because this foam gasket. This right here is a gasket. You can see it comes in and out. But this gasket is compressed on mine, and apparently this is a known thing because I found a bunch of issues with it. Just for reference, I have a 2014 Ram 2500, so if you're having that issue, this could very well be it. And more than likely it will be. Now, there's really two ways to fix it. You can buy the foam gasket, like I talked about, 18 bucks on Amazon, get it shipped to you. Then you would peel the old gasket off, put that one in place of it. I don't think it's good to double it up, because then there could be a potential of being too big. Or you can run a bead of silicone basically around the entire top portion of your light, and then leave the bottoms open, so if moisture does get in, it doesn't get trapped, it would come out. That's kind of, who wants to put silicone on their car? If you're kind of low on funds, that's a great way to do it. Other than that, I'd probably just get the gasket or either buy a new one. So anyway, found these for anywhere from $200 down to $20. I ended up going with this one. It was 40 bucks. It's LED. I guess maybe a deal breaker. Sorry, I know it's loud. Maybe a deal breaker for some people would be the black, because what's up there now is red and white. So this is black, obviously, and it's going to kind of look differently than what's up there now, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and install this, kind of show it's a pretty simple install, but we're going to do that and then see how it works. Alright, so here we are at the brake light. Basically, to remove mine, I need a Phillips head screwdriver, because 2 Phillips head screws. And one thing to note about the original is there was some shipping screws in there, and they were like a hex head this size, which is 3/32. Let me see if I can focus in on that. Yeah, S2 3/32, whatever size that is, but that's what fits it. Alright, so we're just going to remove this real quick. Just takes a second. One thing to note is don't use power tools for this, because this plastic housing can crack really easily, and that would obviously not be beneficial to what we're trying to do. So take them in and out with hand tools. Alright, so here's the light. Once you get it out, it's pretty, should just be a clip, yeah, right there. So we'll just pull that out. You can see it's full of water. It's no wonder it doesn't work. But anyway, all 3 of these bulbs are out because of the water. I'm assuming getting in the sockets or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't work. Alright, so pretty simple. We're going to take our new, snap it in, kind of tuck that in a little bit. The cable's a little longer than the other one. And then see how it fits. Alright, so it's in, and that's how the new one looks. One thing that I did keep was these little plastic, they're more like a washer, I guess, just to kind of make it waterproof. So we're just going to put those back on real easily. And one thing you really got to be careful when you tighten these down, because you want to really crank it down to make sure that it's waterproof, but it's really not necessary. When you see your gasket, you just tighten it up. I'm sorry, it's really windy out here. It's kind of ridiculous, but anyway, great day to fly a kite. Okay, so you can see our new light, and you can see that the gap, I mean, I don't have a point of reference for it, but there is a gap here, but the gasket is really tight in there. And before, my gasket had a little kind of like belly right here, or I don't know, had a little gap just where it was starting to bow. So there's that. Let's set this back up and then test it and see if it works. So these are the brake lights, and in fact the reverse lights do not work. So I guess I'll be calling the manufacturer, seeing if I can get a replacement, because they don't work. Anyway, because I got it, the truck's in park right now and it's in reverse. So the regular tail lights, the white lights on for that, but they are not showing up on this. So what I'm going to do for the time being is leave this in, and then I'm going to call them and maybe see if they'll send me a replacement, because I really don't want to put my old one back on. It's going to rain again, it's going to get wet again. So well, we'll see how it goes, and I'll follow up and let you know. Okay, so here are the brake lights and the reverse lights working. So sometimes it's best to know how things work before you think they are broken, because maybe that's the way they operate, and that would be the case of what happened here. I didn't realize this white is not a reverse light, it is a cargo light. So I just clicked my button for the cargo lamp, just said, I wonder if this portion works. And that's what it's for. So there's your cargo, there's the brake light. They both work. No issues at all with that. That was just something I dreamed up as an issue. So anyway, but I hope this helped you guys out. If it does, if you don't mind subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to get to that little milestone there, or milestone, not milestones, but trying to get there. And I appreciate you checking this out. Hit that like button and subscribe on the way out. Thanks.